Hello, today we're going to talk about The West Side Story. This is a movie that has been around for a long time. It's done several iterations on Broadway, and it's going to be now, there's going to be two films that are going to be adapting the movie. I'm very excited about the Steven Spielberg version that's coming out. But let's talk a little bit about the history of West Side Story. This was a great play when it debuted on Broadway, but not without some of its controversies, particularly using people of color in the roles of the Puerto Rican actors. As we know, the first Maria was Carol Lawrence, who played Maria, and then it went to the film version. It played Natalie Wood played her as well. But the Anita characters have tend to always try to stay a little ethnic. We had the original Anita, who was Chita Rivera, and then, of course, the movie version was Rita Moreno, who went on to win the Oscar. And then on Broadway, you've had characters like Debbie Allen, who played Anita. So it has gotten its diverse moments, and I believe the new version is going to have a Latina in the role as well. But something to understand about the movie that has a lot of history is that Rita Moreno was actually pitched to play Anita in the original Broadway version, but she got cold feet. She thought that working with Jerome Robbins, he was such a powerhouse director, and it just kind of scared her to death. So she got cold feet. So she did not play the original Anita. That went to Chita Rivera. So when it went time to go back to the movies, when they wanted to make it a full feature movie in 1961, the fact was that they did not choose Chita. Jerome wanted to go back to Rita, and he did, and he brought her into the role of Anita, winning her the Oscar. And you know, Rita is one of our EGOT winners, so she's went on to do some great things. But that's sort of the history of West Side Story. Now, a lot of the other characters, Bernardo, George Chakiris, who won the Oscar, he was also not of Latino descent or Latin descent. He was actually of Greek descent. Chakiris, George, but he won the Oscar as well. But he was very well in that role. He did very well in that role, I would say. Okay, let's look at a clip from the original Broadway production. This is from the Ed Sullivan Show in 1958. The show was still at the Winter Garden Theater, and he's presenting the Get Cool number by the Sharks. So this is very rare that we have a video of a Broadway production from that far. So let's enjoy this. Be right back.
Waiting for another gang to start another ferocious rumble. So this is the setting. Here is the scene.
Easy action. Easy. Cool, baby John.
Okay, let's look at a clip from the movie version, the 1961 movie version of America. This is a great number, probably the best well-known number from West Side Story. Interesting fact is that the Broadway version did not include the guys, but when Jerome Robbins redid it, he included the guys. I think it's so much more dynamic to have the guys because it was kind of a battle between the girls versus the guys, and it told the story of why one wants to live in Puerto Rico, why one thinks America's great, and it was a battle. And the dancing of it is fabulous. I mean, you have George Chakiris, who is a fabulous dancer, and Rita Moreno, and the whole cast just did an outstanding job. So America's my favorite number of the whole show. I love the entire movie, and looking forward to see how they're going to do it in the brand new version. So that'll be exciting. So let's just take a look at the clip from America. This is from West Side Story, the movie, 1961.
are free and you have pride.
Long as you stay on your own side.
Free to be anything you choose.
Free to wear tables and shine shoes. Everywhere crime in America. Organized crime in America. Terrible time in America.
You forget I'm in America.
You know, so as much as Hollywood wanted to tell the stories about the diversity in America, they wanted to do it, but not with the actual diversity. Isn't that strange? A lot of the movies that required ethnic characters, like Asian characters, sometimes black characters, and even in Latino characters, they used white actors. So Hollywood was going through a metamorphosis of change. I mean, the door was just locked, okay? It was a system of racism that was in place even in Hollywood. They just didn't allow people of color in these roles. So they opted to paint white people white or dark or whatever they wanted to do to play these roles. But every now and then someone would sneak in, and that's how Rita Moreno did. She was actually the only Puerto Rican lead character that actually was playing the part of what she actually was in that movie. There were probably some Puerto Rican dancers or supporting cast. If you look at them, they may look to be of Latin heritage, but most of them, if you look at them, you'll see that a lot of those people that were in that movie, the 1961 movie version, you will see that a lot of them are white Americans that are just like ethnically painted to look that way, or they had an ethnic look. So that was the challenge that Hollywood was going through. But Rita didn't let that stop her. But she says that after 1961, when she won the Oscar and the Golden Globe for her role as Anita, it was like 7 years before anyone would give her a role. And the role that she finally got offered, she thought it was a starring role as a heroine in a movie. It turned out to be, when she met with the producer, director of the movie, whoever she met with, it started out to be that they wanted to typecast her as a Mexican Madame Whore kind of character. So Hollywood has a lot of work to do, still does in a lot of cases, but they're getting there. But that's all part of the growth that this country has gone through when it comes to diversity and racism. So I want to end this segment with a clip from the upcoming 2021 version of the movie, which Steven Spielberg is producing. And I'm quite excited about this version of the movie because he's going to do things right. We're going to have ethnic characters. We're going to have the people to play the characters that need to play the characters, you know. And nothing to say that a person who's an actor can't play a character of another medium. There's nothing wrong with that. But do it because they're good, not because there's some law or some craziness that allows you not to. Like a lot of times when they would put black people in films, when they went to the South, they would film the films so that they could easily snip out the ethnic portions so that it wouldn't offend the Southern viewers. So we're past all that now. So things are getting much better. Very excited about this movie. And let's look at the outtake here of a trailer from the upcoming Steven Spielberg West Side Story, which is sure to come out, I think, this year, 2021. And we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited. I plan to watch that in the theater. Will you watch it? Here we go. The 2021 trailer for West Side Story, Steven Spielberg. Have a wonderful day.
There's a place for